Mangalam Shri Mahapani Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re. Mangalam Shri Mahapani Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re. Mangalam Shri Mahapani Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re. Mangalam Shri Mahapani Swaha.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the Lama Live weekly broadcast event with Lama Tsultrim Allione. My name is Drimé, and I'm so happy to support you at these gatherings. The events in this special series are meant to support us on our spiritual path. All previous episodes of Lama Live featuring guided meditations are available on our YouTube channel. And now here are just a few guidelines for our time together before I turn it over to Lama Tsultrim. Lama will be answering some of the questions submitted in the form on our website. We encourage you to submit your questions and prayer requests no later than the Thursday before each event. You will have the opportunity to offer dana to Lama Tsultrim, and I will talk more about what this means toward the end of this event. Now, I invite you to share in the chat where you are joining us from today, so we can feel our bond wrapping around virtually the entire planet. I'd like to tell you a little bit about our new online courses and virtual retreats that are coming up. These rare offerings will benefit both the novice and seasoned practitioners. You can join our mailing list to stay informed. We are pleased to announce an opportunity to receive oral teachings from Venerable Sogan Rinpoche on selections of the great Tibetan treasure revealing Dakini, Sarah Kandro Dewey Dorje's spiritual instructions and advice. These online teachings will be offered from April 20th to May 25th, with the translation from Tibetan to English by Christina Monsoon. You will be able to enrich your own practice through the study and contemplation of two profound Mahayoga Tantric texts by Jigme Lingpa and Patrul Rinpoche on the virtual retreat, clarifying the development stage of practice and deity yoga with Adzom Gyaltse Tulku Rinpoche. These teachings will be offered bi-weekly from May 10th to July 15th. They will be translated to English by Adam Kane. Also coming up is the third part of a transformational study program with Lopon Chandra Easton on the 21 aspects of Tara, the female Buddha of compassion. This course is suitable for those joining for the first time, as well as for those who participated in the previous 21 Taras courses, and all who have a desire to go deeper into their study of Tara's enlightened activity. You don't need to be a Buddhist to join. All are welcome. This course is a standalone study of Taras 15 to 21, and it will be offered from May 1st to August 7th. I'm now honored to welcome Lama Tsultrim Allione, who teaches us how to find our way in a world full of suffering and injustice and still be able to remain open to others and feel the joy of living. Thank you so much, Lama Tsultrim.
Thank you, Drimé. I hope I can do that, or at least help do that. Good morning, everyone. Nice to be with you. I am in California now. Kind of gray, slightly chilly day in Encinitas, but beautiful still. Excuse me. So where are you all from? I saw one come in from Tennessee, and then there San Francisco, Vancouver, Texas. Sorry. As those come in, let's raise our Bodhicitta, the heartfelt intention to be together for the benefit of all beings. And let's reach out to our etheric Lama Live community, feel each other's hearts, each other's aspirations, and put all those aspirations together to benefit beings. Thank you, everyone. Mexico City, Boulder, Chattanooga, England. Yeah, so people from all over, mainly Europe and North America. But we usually have some people from South America, as well as we have people in Ukraine and also Poland who tune into this. So as you know, we've been practicing the 13th Tara for that situation in Ukraine that's also spilling over into Eastern Europe. And really, we're all being impacted. We're all really in this together on some level, although those who are actually there are impacted much more. So let's begin by doing a little bit of the 13th Tara practice. And then, since it's Dakini Day, happy Dakini Day, everybody. I'm going to talk about the 5 Dakinis and the Dakini Mandala. And before we begin the 13th Tara, I want to read the names from the prayer list. So this is names that people have sent in, and you can send in names too of people that need our prayers. Or if you need prayers yourself, don't hesitate to send your name in. I'll give the name and the location. Linda McCannon, Boynton Beach, Florida. Dasha Kopecki, Warsaw, Poland. Lana and Vlad in respectively Latvia and Lviv, Ukraine. They're both Ukrainian refugees. And of course, all the other millions of refugees. Lucas Plotz from Mill Valley, California. Maria Asunova, Somerville, Massachusetts. And Shaila Roche, Halifax, Nova Scotia. That's in Canada. So that's our prayers, and let's send them our heartfelt well wishes, and to all those affected by this war and all the other wars raging on this planet. I love the virtual community. I really feel this now as I'm sending prayers to the people whose names I read. I feel you out there joining me in this, and it's very palpable. So let's do some 13th Tara. Sounding Tum the first time we will become her. She's seated with the right leg extended in the left leg, tucked in the meditation posture, on her Utpala flower by her left shoulder is the open spoked Vajra, flaming Vajra. And as we do this mantra, particularly when we sound the pet pet and raksha raksha, we're sending flaming Vajras and flames to the place where the war is, and those are subduing the negativity and the bombs and the fighting there, creating space and place for dialogue to resolve this conflict. So the first time we become her, the second time we send light out to the wisdom beings of the universe from ourselves as her, inviting their wisdom to come into us. And then the third time, that wisdom and those blessings come back into us as the 13th Tara. Yülle Gyaljema is her name. She's dark red, almost black red, and she's flaming, she's fierce. And that fierceness is to stop the war. Okay, so let's begin the Tams. This is the first one, and we become her. And the second time, the light goes out from us to the wisdom beings, requesting their wisdom and blessings. And then collecting that wisdom and those blessings, the light comes back into us, fully empowering us as the 13th Tara, Yülle Gyaljema. And now her mantra, Om Tare Tutare Ture Vajra Jwala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Ture Vajra Jwala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Ture Vajra Jwala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Sending out fiery flames and that open Vajra directly impacting Ukraine and stopping the war. Om Tare Tutare Ture Vajra Jwala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Ture Vajra Raksha Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Ture Vajra Jwala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Ture Vajra Jwala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Ture Vajra Jwala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Ture Vajra Jwala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Ture Vajra Jwala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Ture Vajra Jwala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Ture Vajra Jwala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Tore Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Tore Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Tore Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Tore Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Tore Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Tore Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Tore Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Tore Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Tore Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Tore Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Tore Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Tore Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Tore Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Tore Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Tore Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Tore Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Tore Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Swaha. Those mantras, that activity of the 13th Tara gradually finishing its work there for the moment. Maybe you see it going to specific places. And then you, as the 13th Tara, dissolve into a tiny sphere of dark red light with a tom in the center. And then that light dissolves as well. And you rest in open awareness. And then we'll dedicate the merit of that little practice. May it benefit all beings everywhere. And we did 28 mantras today, so Drimé can multiply that and we'll put it into the Facebook page. I've been doing it also myself this week and adding my mantras in there. We're over 1 million mantras now from people from all over adding them. That was 7,784. Thank you, Drimé. Yeah. Thanks, everyone, for your practice. I do believe this is beneficial. I believe meditation is activism. And so continue doing that, please. And I also wanted to say before we leave this Tara practice that our beloved Sangha leader, whose name is Iwana Khandro, she actually changed her name to Khandro after she took refuge Kondro means Dakini, and she's from Poland. And she has a small business where she makes malas out of the Baltic amber. This is one. This is a little wrist mala that I wear all the time. I have a little safety pin marking 5 for when I do the Shitra practice. And you do 5 mantras, various mantras. In any case, she has really beautiful mantras, malas for our mantras. Malas are what you use to count your mantras. And she has found green amber, actual natural green amber, which is very rare. And so she's added it to some of her beautiful amber malas. I love amber malas because I associate it with a moment when I received pointing out instruction from Tulku Urgyen, and he held up an amber mala and he said that thread that runs through it is awareness. There you go. And then the beads are like the events in our lives. And so ever since then, that was a long time ago, probably 1994, maybe. That happened, but amber malas have always had a special meaning for me. Plus, they're warm. They don't get cold like stone malas. And they're very lightweight, and they have a healing quality. I had some extras of these that I bought from Ivana for gifts, and I have a neighbor who's actually from Ukraine, and she's been pretty desperate, going through a lot, watching all this happen, feeling sort of helpless and far away, and why am I here and not there? So I worked with her some this week with feeding your demons and working with those feelings that were coming up. And I gave her one of these malas that she's now using. And it's really from that area of the world that these malas come. So I think we're going to post a link to that in case you're interested. Okay, so now it's Dakini Day today. So you might wonder, what does that mean? Why is it Dakini Day? Well, the Tibetan calendar is based on a lunar calendar. It is a lunar calendar. So the first day of every month is the first. And then the 15th is full moon. And then it goes down, it decreases, wanes, the moon wanes. So from the 1st to the 15th, the moon is waxing, and then from the 15th to the 28th or 9th or whatever that month has in terms of days in the lunar cycle, then the moon is waning. Dakini Day is 10 days after the full moon, when the moon is weaker than the sun. And you might think, wait, I thought the feminine was connected to the moon. Why would it be then? Well, actually in Tantra, in both Hindu Tantra and Buddhist Tantra, the moon is connected to the masculine and the sun is connected to the feminine. And the feminine is actually the active principle. And so the Dakini Day occurs when the moon looks like a trigu, a Dakini knife, and the moon is waning. The practice day of the masculine, of Guru Rinpoche, or the male Yidams is on the 10th day, 5 days before the full moon, when the moon is in that full waxing energy. So now this is the 25th day, which is Dakini Day. And so it's a very good day for Dakini practice. Maybe you do Dakini practice every day. I do. But what I found in retreat when I was doing this very regularly, the feasts on the special days, that on those special days, when I did those practices, it would be very powerful. And I would often have special insights or experiences on the special days of different practices, including the Dakini practice. So I thought it would be auspicious to talk about the Dakinis and the mandala of the Dakinis a little bit today. And so a lot of this information is in my book. This book, Wisdom Rising, Journey into the Mandala of the Empowered Feminine, Wisdom Rising. And so I had taught on the Dakinis for many years, and I had never really written anything. Well, I had written a little bit in Women of Wisdom, but I had never really written extensively about the mandala principle or the Dakinis or the Dakini mandala. And so that's what I did in that book. And so this energy of the Dakini is something that I was very interested in and attracted to as soon as I discovered Tibetan Buddhism, because it's a form of the feminine, which is very empowered. And I'm going to read you something that I wrote in that book. The Dakinis offer a feminine model that is fierce, wise, spiritual, and embodied. The Dakinis give us the energy of the undomesticated feminine. That means the untamed, the uncontrolled by patriarchy feminine. They are not meek or submissive. They are luminous, subtle, spiritual energy, the gatekeepers and the guardians of the unconditioned wisdom and the sacred earth. By practicing and entering the mandala of the 5 Dakinis, we stimulate this archetype within us and trigger the transformative energy of the feminine. So that's from Wisdom Rising. So what does that mean really for us? Well, the Dakini energy is a form of feminine energy which often manifests wrathfully or fiercely. This type of feminine, the fierce feminine, has really been forbidden from Western culture and in many ways from Eastern culture. The fierce feminine has been scary and felt out of control or uncontrollable. And so accessing that archetype, if you will, or that energy in ourselves means that we're accessing a very dynamic aspect of the feminine that has been forbidden. And I think it's a very important aspect. And we need it in our world. We need that stand-up, fierce feminine that's able to say, no, you can't destroy this forest. Or no, you can't have your war. It's also a fast-moving energy. So it's not only no, you can't do this or that, but it's also yes, that energetic, powerful, active force. Fierceness or the wrathful deities, I think, are misunderstood often. Some people think, oh, that's like they're angry, but that's not it. They are intense and fast-moving. And when are we more intense or fast-moving than when we're in a fierce energy? And we see this energy often in the ecological movement. From the very beginning, women have been at the forefront of stopping or trying to stop the destruction of the earth. In all the ecological movements, you find the feminine, you find women protecting the earth with that fierceness. We need her. We need that energy, and we need to own it within ourselves. It's an enlightened energy The Dakinis, the wisdom Dakinis, there are worldly Dakinis, and then there's wisdom Dakinis. The wisdom Dakinis are considered to be equal to the Buddha, as enlightened as the Buddha. So I thought I would lead you in a little meditation of this. Does that sound good to you? So I'm not just talking theoretically about the Dakinis, but giving you a bit of an experience of the Dakini mandala. I can't see you all, so I can't see if you're nodding your head. Yes, I'm going to assume that you are. So I'll invite you to close your eyes for this meditation, and then I'll guide you in it, and we will be becoming each of the 5 wisdom Dakinis. They are the transformation of various different poisons or obstructed patterns. I like to call them obstructed patterns rather than poisons, because that same energy that is obstructed is wisdom when it's released from struggle. So it's not a poison, it's an energy which is caught in the struggle of the ego. Last week, I talked about how we are constantly misapprehending our situation in the world and actually perceiving things in an illusory way. And so that illusory understanding of the world based on the ego creates various strategies to deal with that. And the 5 poisons come out of those strategies to deal with the separation from the ground of being. Okay, so now I'll invite you to close your eyes, and let's again raise Bodhicitta, that heartfelt intention to do this for the benefit of all beings. And we will begin in the center of the mandala. Always begin in the center with the Buddha Dakini. She is white in color, white like the snow mountains just after fresh snow, brilliant, clear, crystal white. She has the right leg raised and the left leg extended in the dancing posture. She has the right hand raised, holding a trigu or a hooked knife ornamented with a wheel on the handle. And in her left hand, she's holding a skull cup at her heart. She's dancing, and she's surrounded by wisdom flames. She is the transformation of patterns of ignorance, that is befuddlement, being confused, obfuscation, depression, spaciness, spaced outness. So the element here is space, and the obstructed pattern is space E, spacey quality of lack of clarity that can come out of depression, dissociation in its extreme. And then the wisdom is all-encompassing wisdom, all-encompassing wisdom, a vast, spacious wisdom. And so here we'll sound the seed syllable BAM, B-A-M. That's her seed syllable. And first, let's touch in on our own aspect of the poison of this family, or the encumbered pattern, this pattern of confusion, bewilderment, fogginess, lack of clarity. How do you live that in your life? Often connected to procrastination, denial also. How do you live that? So feel that in your own energy system, that energy of ignorance. And then we'll sound the seed syllable Bum, become that white, luminous, dancing Dakini, emanating all-encompassing wisdom. But really feel how the sound and the visualization transforms into this fierce, wild, wise Dakini. So first the obstructed pattern. And then the transformation. Your body's white. You're emanating wisdom flames, so powerful. They're going out from your body. Your body is made of light, white light, wisdom light. And you embody all-encompassing wisdom. And then imagine that you're leaving her in the center of the mandala and moving forward slightly into the east. The east is always in front of you in the mandala. So leave the white Buddha Dakini in the center and move into the east. Feel the energy of east. Here the color is blue. The element is water. It's a deep blue, like the autumn sky in the Himalayas or in Colorado, high mountains. Deep, deep blue. The obstructed pattern here is anger, both hot and cold anger. Cold anger being cruelty, calculated coldness. The military, a tank, has that Vajra quality. Just doesn't care about anyone. It's just hard edge, calculated cruelty, coldness. And it's also hot anger, the outburst, sharp, angry energy, hurtful, very hurtful. She holds the hooked knife in a raised right hand that's ornamented with a Vajra, the 5-pronged Vajra ornamenting the handle of her knife. She holds the skull cup in her left hand at her heart. In it is the blood of the transformed karmic patterns that we've inherited, our karmic history, just dissolved and transformed into nectar. Her body is thin and sharp. She's surrounded by wisdom flames. And she emanates the wisdom of the mirror-like wisdom. Her element is water. Water can burn as steam, and it can freeze like ice. And then in the middle, it can be like a mirror-like lake. So let's take a moment and feel where in ourselves we hold anger. Usually we have a certain style that we manifest anger. Some people hot, some people cold. What's your particular anger style? Maybe you're very afraid of anger and do anything to avoid it, but you still have it. It's there. So feel your own personal anger energy. And what does that feel like in your body? And now we'll sound her seed syllable, ha, H-A, and allowing that sound, the color, the energy of that Dakini to transform the anger into mirror-like wisdom. But first start with that emotion so you can feel the transformation. Anger. And please sound these seed syllables with me when I sound them. And now you are the dark blue Vajra Dakini, holding the hook knife. Feel your body, your breasts, you're female, you're powerful, you're wise. You're emanating mirror-like wisdom so intensely it turns into flames as it comes out of your body. Mirror-like wisdom, the clarity of the mirror. The mirror is non-reactive. It just reflects with great clarity. This is the transformation of anger into mirror-like wisdom. Feel that mirror-like wisdom coming out of your body and you embodying it. And feel behind you still the Buddha Dakini there, white, wisdom of total space, spaciousness. And you are in the body of the Vajra Dakini. Blue, mirror-like wisdom. And now you can either turn and face to your right side or just imagine on your right side that you're moving there, keeping the presence of the blue Buddha Dakini in the east. Move your energy to feel the south on your right side. Here the color is golden, yellow, a deep, rich yellow. This is the energy of the obstructed pattern of pride. Pride, which has under it feelings of not enoughness, not good enough, that there isn't enough for you, therefore you need to accumulate more. So the Ratna energy is shopping or eating or drinking, consuming, wanting everything. Goes into a restaurant and orders one of everything. It's that feeling of there's not enough and I want it all and I need to consume it. So Ratna family can be invasive in the relationships, and being in that energy can feel like you're stuck in honey, where the more you try to move, the more stuck you get. The Ratna Dakini, this is the Ratna family, jewel family. She is golden yellow, and her knife is ornamented with a golden jewel, like a big amber or citrine. In the obstructed pattern, there's that feeling of not enough, you can't trust, you have to keep buying, keep consuming. And in the enlightened pattern, this is the wisdom of equanimity, of trust in the earth. The element is earth here, that the earth will provide natural fertility, natural richness. Her seed syllable is Ri, R-I. So let's take a moment to feel the obstructed pattern of Ratna, the feeling of pride, the need to inflate yourself, to tell everyone how great you are. That hides the feeling of really not being good enough, not having enough, needing to consume. So feel that over there on your right side, that obstructed energy. How do you personally live that? And now we'll sound the seed syllable Ri and become the golden yellow dancing Ratna Dakini, holding the skull cup at her heart with that karmic blood transformed into nectar. The left leg extended and the right leg raised, and the right hand raised, holding the hooked knife ornamented with a jewel. So touch in on the obstructed pattern so you can feel the transformation. Golden yellow, emanating the wisdom of equanimity, evenness, sameness. No need to consume, trust, enoughness. There's a sense of natural fertility, natural growth, natural richness. And feel that central Dakini, the white Buddha Dakini, Raja Dakini, and now the Ratna Dakini here in the south. Wisdom of equanimity. Feel that equanimity, that evenness, natural richness. No need to struggle, no need to consume. It's just there. And now leaving that energy in the south, feel behind you or turn behind you into the west. Here the color is red, the element is fire, the obstructed pattern is desire, craving, and the wisdom is discriminating awareness wisdom or wisdom of discernment. The obstructed pattern of Padma is a need to seduce, a need to draw in through relationship, a need to be admired, being able to feel that you can seduce, you can magnetize. A feeling if you can just magnetize the right relationship, you will be fulfilled. The seed syllable is Ni, N-I. Her hooked knife is ornamented with a red lotus flower. Color is red. The element is fire. And the obstructed pattern is grasping, desire, craving. So let's take a moment and feel that in ourselves. That desire, grasping. The feeling of being insignificant unless we have a relationship or in a relationship with someone. The need to seduce that. And as we sound the seed syllable Ni, let's come out of that obstructed pattern into the wisdom of discernment and the brilliant ruby red body of the Padma Dakini holding the hooked knife ornamented with the lotus and the skull cup of the blood of karmic history transformed into nectar at the heart. She's dancing, emanating wisdom flames. So first the obstructed pattern, greed of desire, grasping. The wisdom of discernment emanating from you as the Padma Dakini. Feel your redness. How magnetizing that is. Powerful. It's so intense, your wisdom energy, your feminine energy, that it's coming out as flames. And feeling the other 3 Dakinis, Buddha in the center, Vajra in the east, Ratna in the south, and now you, Padma, in the west. And now feel on your left side or turn to your left. If you're turning in your seat, you continue to turn clockwise until you're in the north on the left side. Here, the color is green. The element is air. The obstructed pattern is jealousy, competitiveness, comparison, a feeling of being left out, FOMO, fear of being left out. It's connected to this karma family. Her knife is ornamented with a sword. Her activity is fierceness. The obstructed pattern is a feeling that you're being left behind, someone's getting ahead. And the transformation of that is all-encompassing wisdom, which accomplishes everything. All-accomplishing wisdom, or already accomplished wisdom, a feeling that everything is already done. There's a flow rather than a force. Remember, the color is green. It's a color of jealousy. And then it becomes all-accomplishing wisdom that pervades everything. An ease in activity. The seed syllable is sa, S-A. So let's feel into that speediness of karma for a moment. Feel fear of being left out, fear of others getting ahead. Have to hurry, catch up. Anxiety, breathlessness. Sounding the seed syllable sa. Let's move from that energy of jealousy to all-accomplishing wisdom. The green Dakini. Brilliant green, emerald green, that green of spring, activity. She's holding the hooked knife ornamented with a sword, skull cup at her heart, dancing with the right leg raised and the left leg extended, and really feel that wisdom of accomplishment, ease of accomplishment. And now come back into the center of the mandala, leaving the green karma dakini in the north. You're in the center, white Buddha dakini. In front of you is the blue Vajra dakini, mirror-like wisdom. To your right is the yellow Ratna dakini, wisdom of equanimity. Behind you, the red Padma dakini, wisdom of discernment. To your left, the green karma dakini, all-accomplishing wisdom. And in the center, you as the white Buddha Dakini, all-encompassing, spacious wisdom. Feel the circle of the mandala, and around these dakinis, a circle of flames, protecting and holding this sacred mandala, this sacred psychic space. Feel that wholeness of the mandala. The mandala is a template of wholeness, a blueprint of wisdom, all the energies of the wisdom in it. Feel putting your psyche into that wholeness pattern, keeping it there. And then allowing those dakinis to dissolve into the central one, into the sphere in her heart. First, the blue Vajra Dakini dissolves into the sphere in her heart, and blue light streams out around her in the body of the white Dakini. And then the yellow Dakini dissolves, yellow light that dissolves into the sphere of the central Dakini's heart, and that yellow light of equanimity streams out through her body. And then the red light of the Padma Dakini, discernment. She dissolves into that red light, and that dissolves into the sphere in your heart, and then goes out as streamers of discernment, wisdom of discernment, filling your body. And then the green Karma Dakini dissolves into green light, the energy of the wisdom of accomplishment that comes into your heart. Feel that enter your heart, and then swirl out from that sphere in the heart the green wisdom of accomplishment. So now your body is filled with not only your own wisdom of total space, but all the other wisdoms. Feel that. And then that white Dakini dissolves into that sphere of rainbow light, down from the head into the heart, up from the toes to the heart, until there's only the sphere of rainbow light. Brilliant, luminous. And then that dissolves. Rest in open awareness. And then coming back as the Buddha Dakini with all those wisdoms in you, dedicate the merit of this time together. Feel yourself as the Dakini today in particular. It's Dakini Day. Maybe make some offerings to the Dakinis. And have a joyful Dakini Day, everybody. So the mandala is a principle of wholeness. It's a way of bringing the psyche into wholeness with these various attributes, visualizations, many different mandalas. This is the mandala of the 5 Dakinis that you've experienced today. The Dakinis are multi-dimensional, yes. Very multi-dimensional, and this is an aspect of the feminine that's very powerful. I believe that we need to find empowerment, inner power. We need empowerment, outer power, but we also need empowerment, feeling of inner power to work with our lives and work with whatever situation we find ourselves in. So this practice that I just led you in is in the book, and there's also recordings of it and so on. So thank you, everybody. Happy Dakini Day, and lots of love to you all from everywhere you're tuning in from. Beautiful to be with you, and I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you.
Lama Tsultrim, for offering your wisdom and supporting us to get back to our basic goodness. Thank you, Constance, for our smooth work together in preparing these events. And thank you, dear audience, for showing up to assist each other in our vulnerability and bringing so much light and hope. At this point, I want to remind you that you have an opportunity to offer Dana to Lama Tsultrim. And for those of you who may not be familiar, Dana is a Pali and Sanskrit word that means generosity. And the practice of offering Dana goes back to the time of the Buddha and is fundamental to the Buddhist tradition. Offering Dana creates an auspicious connection and is a beautiful expression of the interdependence between teacher and student. Thank you, everyone. May we meet again and again on the path. May all beings benefit everywhere.
Om Tare Tu Re Mangalam Shri Mahapani Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Mangalam Shri Mahapani Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Mangalam Shri